Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this picture and wanted to do their own checkering like for a firearm or a pistol or a rifle. So I created it and I'm going to show him how, or some of the mistakes maybe he did. But I'm going to go to effect, or we're going to go to object, power clip, place inside frame, and then nudge that over. And that's what it would look like. You'd always want some smooth edge on the outside. But how I created that from his picture, first of all, this would be a neat idea, but you really need to kind of get them to meet together, and they need to be symmetrical to kind of fit together. So we're going to take a rectangle, and I don't care how good you are, you can't get a node in the center, so we're going to go to object, convert it to a curve, get the shape tool, and get about to the middle and grab a node, and then stretch it out. And I don't care how good you are, or even holding down the control button, you're not going to be in the center. We can prove that by Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it, and you can see how far I was off. Now all I have to do is take out the outer two with the virtual segment delete, and I don't even have to delete them, but just kind of show you. And then to kind of fill it all in and weld it together, I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to left click, right click, and now I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to mirror it. They're on top of each other. It's a perfect match. So let's get rid of the duplicate, and I am going to change this from a hairline to the smallest number that I have, which is 0.25. Well, to make sure the smallest number on my point system is 0.5, so I'm going to go half that, making a smaller line, and I'm in black, so I'm going to contour to the center 0.001 in a light gray and go to the center. After you change the color, it'll tell you how many steps you can have, and there's your checkering. Now I'm not going to say it's going to work on a gun. I would test it on a piece of wood before I do this. But, well, I missed a step. What we should have done is what you do, you need to take this, Control D, make a duplicate, holding down the control button and moving that guy to anywhere in here, and then use the Smart Fill tool on this. And then that way, when we got a little bit of a contour there, but that doesn't matter. We're going to left click, right click. Now this number is a hairline, so we're going to change it to that 0.25. And now we're going to contour it to that gray and hit apply. And now we have something we can work with. So let's make this thing a smaller size. Right now it's 4 inches. So with once it's a contour, it's kind of hard to justify this. Should have really done it before, but it did work. It equaled it out. It's 1.9 inches long. So what you could do is change your nudge distance to 0.5 and manually do this, Control D, kind of grabbing it at that point and try to put it on that point. It doesn't really matter. Control D, Control D, Control D, and make as many as you feel like you need. And then because we set our nudge factor on 0.5, we can grab all these, Control D, and move them down. Now, the biggest thing I've found doing 3Ds, and I would not try this on the gun at first, I would test it. You need to convert it to a bitmap. I don't really know what that does, but if you'll look how it kind of looks sharp, let's convert it to a bitmap. Grayscale. It just kind of fuzzies it up a little bit. It's going to take just a little bit of time. But once it's done, you know what? Maybe I didn't have it all selected. It's going to take a little bit of time to bitmap all these pieces. But what it's doing is welding them together and putting all into a group. It's already done. It's ready to go. And then you just grab whatever shape you want, and let's do that, and Control D and make it a weird shape and weld these together. That is a our what we're going to put it into, power clip into the frame. Well, I actually I need to click on my power clip first, go up to object, power clip into side frame, and there's your checkering. I would definitely test this on a piece of scrap board, especially after you put it in the power clip. I have had people tell me that on some lasers and some software that the power clip will go outside and print outside the circle. I don't see how that's possible. I've never had that problem, because if we do the yellow box trick, there's nothing there behind it. Of course, I would want to left click no outline so you don't have that red outline. That would be a pretty cool checkering. It should work pretty well. I mean, these are going to be some dark valleys, but I'd definitely test it before I put it on a gun to make sure it's going to work. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.